Chapter 129, Brother Hanyi, please strengthen our Pure Yang peak. 2. This piqued his interest and attention even more. Furthermore, when adding Chu Jianyu's partially veiled face into the equation, it was incredibly enticing. Her otherworldly and fairy-like qualities were evident, and it was clear she must be a great beauty. Liu Chengfeng once again ascended the immortal ascending platform and stood in the center. Looking in all directions, he declared, "Let the contest continue. Ziwei Peak cannot be overtaken by pure. Today, we will fight it out." This noble and jade-like young man rarely made such impassioned declarations. Before the fight, he already had a rough idea of the strength of each competitor from all the main peaks. After all, not only had he participated in the intersect competition more than once, but the most exciting part of it was the contest for the top 3 spots. Everyone wanted to make their way into that league. All disciples at the foundation establishment midterm stage were, more or less, no match for Liu Chengfeng, typically resolved with a single sword stroke. There was no need even to use swordsmanship. The next disciple to step forward was a barrel-chested man wielding twin blades. He ascended the immortal ascending platform, standing tall and appearing aloof. Pure Yang Peak senior disciple, Mo Tianming, was recognized by disciples in the crowd. Here it comes, Pure Yang Peak versus Ziwei Peak senior disciple face-off. Mo Tianming, several years ago he too joined the big competition and made it to the top 3. As an elder who reached the peak of foundation establishment within the inner sect, his match against Liu Chengfeng is bound to be a sight worth watching. Liu Chengfeng stood opposite Mo Tianming and laughed. "Mo Tianming, you are quite unfortunate to meet me here. Just how far have you cultivated your supreme limitless technique?" Mo Tianming, without any superfluous words, unsheathed the twin blades from his back and firmly gripped them in his hands. Succinctly he replied, "The result of the fight will demonstrate the level of my cultivation." "Good! I want to see how much you have improved," said Liu Chengfeng. Liu Chengfeng's eyes slightly darkened as his hand touched the hilt of his sword. Vibrant purple-black magic power emerged from his wrist. Mo Tianming, standing nearly 2 meters tall, was robust and muscular, veins bulging on his arms the size of a bull. Boom! He swung his twin blades, sending waves of blade ki slicing towards Liu Chengfeng's neck. Liu Chengfeng moved swiftly, rolling to the side to dodge the blade ki attacks. His left arm swiveled slightly, the spiritual sword advancing backward as he stabbed at Mo Tianming's waist with a backhand strike. Mo Tianming's arm dropped, blocking the tip of the sword with the back of his forearm. As the arm and the sword tip collided, sparks of golden light emerged, the collision of magic forces generating a powerful blast. What surprised everyone was that Mo Tianming's arm, tough as forged metal, blocked the sword without sustaining injury. That was the result of a body cultivator's training, tempering one's flesh to the hardness of magic treasure, capable of resisting many attacks. 1. Your improvement is quite significant. I seem to have underestimated you, said Liu Chengfeng, suppressing his laughter and getting serious. He stepped forward lightly, brandished his sword, employed the swordsmanship stance, and summoned purple-colored magic power around him, transforming into a purple divine bird, majestically ruling the skies. Instantly, his sword ki became extremely tangible. So, you're trying to use the purple phoenix startling swan sword ki again. Mo Tianming detected his movement and swung his twin blades, creating a whirlwind of sword ki. Zing! The deadly strike of the purple phoenix startling swan sword ki coated the area where the purple divine bird flew with sword ki storm, covering even Mo Tianming's robust body, who opted to retreat slowly and guard rather than facing the attack head-on, as that would undoubtedly cause him injury. Phew! The sword ki, carrying gusts of wind, sliced against every inch of his skin, forcing him to use his full strength to resist. Liu Chengfeng disappeared from his original spot without a trace. When he reappeared, he was behind Mo Tianming, his sword pointing at his back, declaring, "You've lost." As the words left his mouth, the female disciples of the inner sect beneath the platform rallied, shouting Liu Chengfeng's name. Mo Tianming has been defeated. As expected, Liu Chengfeng is superior. It's pretty normal. After all, Liu Chengfeng has mastered the Purple Phoenix Startling Swan Sword Key. This is a top-tier divine power. The people who can cultivate Main Peak's divine power to perfection could be counted on one hand. Attribute picked, Sword Heart Clarity 2. Attribute picked, Sword Heart Clarity 2. Attribute picked, Sword Heart Clarity 2. Han Yi stood beneath the platform, watching Liu Chengfeng's fight closely. After absorbing the attribute, he nodded and said, "It is clear how similar the talents of these siblings are." Liu Chengfeng's path of the sword has entered the level of Sword Heart Clarity. He is indeed a formidable enemy. Suddenly, Han Yi caught a light, pleasant scent. He looked beside him to see Chu Shanyu standing to his left, having drawn envious and jealous gazes. Some disciples whispered among themselves, Chu Zhanzi's and Han Ye's relationship is not ordinary. Rumor has it that they've already confirmed their Taoist couple relation. Han Yi was previously unknown, but he has proven to be a dark horse, now revealing his aptitude. He is capable of facing Liu Chengfeng and others, no wonder Chu Shanzi fancies him. To be honest, Chu Shanzi has been the woman I'm secretly in love with. If only I could become her Taoist partner. But that cold and unapproachable aura she possesses, I'm afraid only Han Yi dares to get close to her. I wonder what method he used. Chu Shanyu wore a snow-white dress. Her figure was slim and elegant, long hair cascaded down like a black waterfall, and her face was still covered with a veil, not a mask. She glanced at Liu Chengfeng and then at Han Yi. Liu Chengfeng's Purple Phoenix Startling Swan Sword Key has reached perfection. If you face him, be careful. I wasn't using this technique often when we practiced swordsmanship. The only advice I can give you is to be particularly careful with your back when you face this divine power.